Sanford, I'm Nate.
And I'm Abby.
We're the RC Sailors. We're at our airfield today with the Seafly Obtain. This is a 1080p camera drone on a 3-axis gimbal, all brushless, the motors on the gimbal and the motors on the drone. It is a GPS drone with folding arms. It's definitely mimicking the Mavic, and I'll show you why. Let's get a closer look. It's windy out. We're getting about 7-mile-an-hour constant and maybe 10-12 mile an hour gusts. Okay, so it's a little chaotic in here because of the way I packed it back in. I had to take it out to charge and everything. This is what the drone itself looks like, and if you've ever seen a Mavic, then you'll agree this looks just like the Mavic, at least an attempt at the Mavic. Even the way the arms unfold are very similar. You see those unfold that way, and then these twist back around, unfolding. It does have one extra step. You unfold that, and then that is your flight position. You unfold the props as well. And just so you guys have a reference, we brought the actual Mavic just as a comparison. Unfold the arms, unfold these without folding out, and there's the Mavic. Very similar drones in the way they look. This one feels heavier and nicer because it is.
But it looks smaller.
It's a little smaller. This one is way lighter. Even with the battery in, it's way lighter. Anyway, just in the way it looks, it definitely is going for the Mavic. And not just in the drone, but the transmitter too. They try by doing some folding things and putting your phone there. You know, it's somewhat similar, not really.
Not really though, because the phone goes in the bottom of that transmitter.
I know, it's not as mimicky as the drone itself.
So clearly this is trying to be a budget-friendly version of a Mavic. I mean,
yeah,
you can't deny that.
No, not at all. I'm pretty excited to put this in the air. It is a little bit pricey, around $400 or $500. We'll have a link in the description box below if you want to check it out for yourself. But this will be a good test of this drone because of the wind today. This is a good place to fly our drones. It does come with 2 spare props, the folding props, one of each direction. Your white USB cable included is to charge the rechargeable battery in the transmitter. It's just popped in back here. It came out of the transmitter and you can replace that battery, which is very nice. I will give them that. And you plug it in to the bottom micro USB port there. I let it go overnight. I don't know how long it took to charge, to be honest with you. And I'm not sure how long it'll last, but that's what I did with it. And then the battery and charger for the drone, it's pretty neat that it comes with a converter. This is the opposite of converters that we always see. Here's our US plug, and then it has a European converter for that. But it came with US, which is really nice. This plugs into your brick, and then this plugs into the proprietary battery. And it's an ugly proprietary. I don't like it at all. It's just a battery with the shell around it, and it has to have that shell so that you can plug it into this. And then an hour or so and it's charged. It's a 3-cell 3800 milliamp LiPo battery. They boast a 26 to 28 minute flight. I can guarantee that will not happen even in prime conditions. We'll be lucky if we can
put the Mavic side by side with it so they can see it.
Okay.
Better. You just put it on top of it.
I think we'll be lucky if we can get 15 minutes of flight today, but we will see. Now, one thing that they did that I like a little bit more than the DJI Mavic is their Gimbal Saver. You know, this one has the dome on it, which is very nice. But then the Gimbal Saver on the Mavic is this very finicky little plastic piece that goes in here. It's low key and stuff, but it's very hard to get that in there without feeling like you're gonna break your gimbal a lot of times. I really have never liked that system at all, but I use it. And then this is a nice little clamp system. It just comes right off. Just two little plastic tabs. I do like that.
And
I mean,
it's one piece.
It's one piece. I just think it does a good job at protecting the gimbal for travel. I like that. I think DJI could learn something from that little molded piece.
One thing we didn't like was the memory card on them.
Hate the memory card on this. The Mavic is fine.
On the Obtain.
Yes, Obtain. I'm not even going to do it because it's so difficult. This little panel here, it looks like just this little square. That lifts up like a little door, and I had to pry it. I had to use a pocket knife and pry it, and I thought I was going to cut my finger off. So be very careful opening that because of the delicate gimbal here and rubber grommets. I was very afraid to break something. and it's very tight. So there is a micro SD card in there. We're hoping it records. The way it plugged in was very weird. I'm not sure what else to really talk about the drone while it's sitting here on the table. I could talk and talk and talk and bore you guys, but we're not going to do that. Let's just get this in the air and really see how it performs, because that's what we're all here for. Now I'm going to get this in the air and we'll talk about some calibration stuff in the air, but it starts off in altitude hold only mode. We did find all the satellites we need for GPS mode, so I'm going to go ahead and flip into GPS mode.
So when you turn it on,
it says...
You're gonna tell them how?
Yeah, it says now on my screen position rather than altitude.
Okay.
hold.
So you turn your transmitter on first and you wait till the green light comes on, then you turn the drone on. And you wait till for a solid green light.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's our satellites. We did a calibration before this, though it was a little rough, so we're not 100% sure if it was successful.
And one thing that was weird when we went to connect to the Wi-Fi is that there were 3 options for the C-Fly, and the only one that worked was for the C-Fly drone. There was 2 others. One said settings, one said controller, so it was the drone.
So now I'm going to press video on Abby's phone, and we think that it's recording what we are seeing. Okay.
I think so.
And now I'm going to press video. It smells like Windex out here. That's weird.
It's really weird.
That's not good, probably. I'm going to press and hold video on the transmitter. And we should have video now on screen, what's actually being saved to the drone, which I hate that memory card system. We have an auto takeoff button, but we're going to also try this method, just starting the motors. And
it was down and out.
Down and out, and I'm going to manually take off for now, because we've got some pretty nasty wind. It's actually not letting me. I'm full throttle up, so I'm just going to hold the auto takeoff button. It stopped the motors, so maybe
that's strange.
That's very weird. So I'm just going to hold that button and see if it'll just take off. Yep, there we go.
Huh.
That was very weird. Maybe in altitude hold mode only. Okay, so I'm trying to, it's apparently I'm not flying mode 2 American style. I'm flying another country. So I can do that with this drone because it's an altitude hold GPS drone. But that was weird.
Why is it in that mode?
I don't know. Maybe we ordered the wrong one.
So your altitude is on the right instead of the left.
That beeping that you guys heard was actually from a construction site nearby. So yes, the altitude is on the right, which means y'all should also, nope, left and right pivot is on the right, and
up and down.
And up and down, and yaw is on the left, and forward and back is on the left. That's okay.
Is your brain boggled?
A little boggled. Okay, that's fine. Pay no attention to that, because if you ordered this, it shouldn't be that same way.
I don't think I'm having to do everything. Has had that issue.
I don't think so either. I'm having to do everything in like micro movements because of that. So we're currently looking at the sun. I should be able to tilt down a hair with this gimbal control knob.
What does this button do? We said we weren't sure. Switch that down.
Nothing. There are 2 unassigned switches on here.
But what if it just switched the modes?
Okay, I'll try it.
Just try it. There, it beeped. What did it now beeped. Try? No.
It wasn't that.
Switch that back up.
Well, I kind of want to show everybody the things
Okay. Sorry.
And then,
I was trying to get it to work right for you.
That's okay. This is a pretty basic drone, okay? It's actually doing very good at holding its position right now in this wind. I'd say, if you guys look over, Abby, check that out right there. The windsock. That's a broken windsock, and it's getting pushed back pretty good right now. So I'm pretty impressed with how well it's holding the position. I'm actually very impressed. Let's fly around a little bit and really see how this looks while it's moving, which is going to be kind of hard because the controls are a little wacky for me.
If we have a flyaway, it's going to be this.
Yeah. I'm not very good at this. Okay. I'm going to get it to kind of pan over here because that beeping is awful. My video signal is a little choppy right now. It's not actually doing a good job there. It's back, but that's not very far out. It says we're only about 100 meters out. It's not very far at all. And my video signal's not great. It's okay. It's a little choppy. It's like a bad Wi-Fi signal. And I'm doing this mainly so we can hopefully point the mic away from that loud beeping so it's not so bad for you guys. Well, the video signal picture is very usable, just slightly laggy. And like I can see everything that I need to see There's all kinds of telemetry on the bottom of my screen. It looks great. Looks really good. I have battery percentage at the top. It says I have 19 satellites connected. Honestly, this isn't doing too bad. Although, I thought I was flying forward, but I'm actually flying up. I wish these controls were right for me.
That is so funny.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a GPS drone. If this was a race drone, there's no way I could do this.
If you're interested in this, check and double check. Maybe watch a couple other reviews and see if theirs is like this too, or if ours is. Maybe we ordered the wrong one.
I think we ordered the wrong one.
Whoopsies.
Pretty sure.
My bad.
Okay, here we go. This is not too bad. This does have a circle me function. I'm gonna walk out on the field and kick it into circle me and really put that to the test. So I want to get out in the middle, and it's not actually a circle me, it's a circle of point of interest, but I'm gonna make myself the point of interest.
Okay.
You wanna come out with me?
I'm gonna film it happening, so get out there, boy. Lower it too, if you can. All right. It's so funny that he's flying completely opposite. Every single thing is opposite. Where is he going? The drone is over there. He is over there. I can't film both of them. He's too far away from it. He's smiling, kind of. Or squinting. Okay, the drone is doing something. Alright, he's getting it closer for me. Okay. There we go. Thank you, Nathan. And he's looking down. He's thumbs up. I don't know what the thumbs up means. I'm guessing he did the switch. And now he looks confused. Okay. It's kind of circling, but it's circling like, it's not, I don't think it was circling him. I think just wherever it was when he hit the circle me, I don't know, I'm just guessing. Now he says thumbs up. Kind of. That is weird. And it's not doing follow me, right? Is it following you?
No.
It looks like it is. Or is that you? He says it's all it right now. So you selected a point, like wherever the drone was when you hit that?
No.
Come back here and tell us.
I'm going. Very interesting.
Because I was trying to guess.
So I've never seen a drone do this before. I threw the switch, and I can do it again here. I'll talk you guys through it. Oh, come on. Fly backwards and up. That's what I need. And strafe to the left. Okay. So when I throw this into this mode right now.
What mode is it?
Special function mode. Who knows?
Well, what's the letter on the transmitter?
S.
S.
Okay, all of my signal is behind right now. It's not spinning, but look at the video. Okay, it's finally caught up. It's like super behind. Okay, I throw it up, and it starts rotating on a dime, okay? Like just yaw. That's what it's doing. But it says you're supposed to be able to fly backwards some, which is what I'm gonna do now, and it will increase the radius of what it's circling. But unfortunately, the yaw rate is still the same. So you can see it's kind of like corkscrewing around in a really weird way. It's not circling a point of interest or anything. It's really off. Very unusable function unless you get it exactly. Let me go out a little farther, and maybe I can get the strafe to be at the same rate as the yaw. See, the yaw rate is up too high. You see that? That's all it. I'm not touching the controls.
Yeah.
It's yawing too fast for that strafe. So it really can't circle a point of interest very well. It's kind of doing it right there. But if you do it too tight, if you do it in too close, it just kind of circles around on itself.
That is strange.
I'm getting it out of that mode. And my video signal, I can show you, Abby.
Behind.
It's just now getting caught up to what the drone is doing, yeah. So it's really weird.
So lag, for sure.
Bunch of lag. Now, don't put too much emphasis on the controls being on the wrong sticks, but I'd like you to try to fly this.
Oh my gosh.
So you can just get a feel for the drone. It's actually not that bad of a drone now that I've had my hands on it.
So, let's see. This side's gonna be up.
There you go. and it also goes strafing left and right. Okay, the left stick is
facing us now?
yes. The left stick is forward and back and yaw. Okay, so it's not that
Honestly,
bad.
I kind of like this better.
Well, there you go. You may be.
Oh, forgot already.
Yeah. You may do better in another country. I don't know. Abby's probably like the world's best race drone pilot. She just had the sticks backwards all this time. Now, yes, it looks like a Mavic. The arms fold like a Mavic. It has a 3-axis camera gimbal like the Mavic, but this is definitely nowhere near the Mavic quality. It's doing a good job on its own. I kind of wish they'd have made this drone and just make it look like an ugly box.
I found it.
What?
It's in.
What'd you find?
It's in left-hand mode right now.
Okay.
Right hand.
Okay. See if that fixed it.
The video signal is like rotating.
Is that fixing
Nope.
it? No.
Maybe maybe you have to restart it. That's virtual joysticks.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, it would be weird to physically change the layout.
That's awesome. There has to be a way that you can change
I'm
this,
sure
but
there
it's
is.
Not in the instructions.
Again.
The instructions are like 10 pages of nothing.
Putting a lot of emphasis on the sticks being in the wrong direction here, which is totally irrelevant.
Well, it's annoying.
That we ordered the wrong one.
We think.
I think, like I was saying, if this was in the shape of a box, an ugly X drone, it could be marketable standing on its own 2 feet. But because they made it look like a Mavic, everybody is going to expect it to perform like a Mavic, and that's never going to happen. I think that was kind of a marketing flaw on their part. Abby's flying now, by the way. Because, like I said, everyone's going to expect it to be just as good as the Mavic, but obviously it's not. Is that you?
How far can it go?
Well, we're not going to do that because I don't know if I trust it.
Return to home.
Okay.
Do I have to press and hold?
No, that's land. This is the return to home switch here.
Oh, well, I
So,
just hit land.
throw the switch. You have to hold that button for it to land,
Okay,
actually.
that's good. It would have landed and done that way.
It's so funny. We do these videos. Abby gets me all prepared, like, okay, do you know all the buttons? Do you know what this function is,
But
that
I'm
function?
just telling you, I'm not trying to remember it.
But then I hand the controls to her, and she's like, what does a drone do?
I didn't think you were going to hand this one to me since...
Now, you're going to want to stop this because it is booking it back. I can't even film this right now. It's directly over us. We can see how close it is.
The video is still going out toward Death
yeah.
Valley.
We can see how close it is here, but be prepared to stop it, okay? So we're gonna see. I took off, guys, just so you know. I took off right here in front of the picnic table on the sidewalk because it's really wet out. We wanna see if it comes even close to that. Where are we at? There it is.
It's gonna go on the picnic.
Is it going on the picnic table? You're gonna have to move it some. Maybe.
I just stopped it.
Maybe throw the switch up?
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I did. I just stopped it.
Gotcha. Well, it's got a better flight time than I expected, that's for sure. And you don't seem to be hating it, other than the fact that we got the joysticks backwards.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I actually kind of like where the joysticks are. It's just a matter of remembering it. Like, look at me go.
Yeah, you're doing good. It's because you can yaw and fly forward, yeah, with one stick. A lot of people like that, yeah. Yeah.
I keep forgetting what the right side does.
Mm-hmm. Because honestly, you don't strafe as much as you do fly forward and yaw, so they put them on the same stick.
Yep.
Now, it just got bright out, guys, so I wonder how it does on its own auto, what would we, video recording stopped automatically on our camera because it's a longer flight.
The auto of the camera.
Yeah, right. So the
coloring and all that.
right, it was super shady out, and then it just got bright. Now I have seen this camera quality. Okay, we did test this before, and it says 1080p, but honestly, it's more like a 720p camera. It's not super great, but the gimbal, it's holding pretty steady, at least on our phone. It looks really good.
It's just about 30 seconds to a minute behind now.
Ooh,
like it
wow.
continually gets further and further behind.
And what she means is, let's say right now she flies out to that shed right there. The video signal is about a minute behind of her flying. She's flying out there right now, and I'll tell you guys when it actually shows her flying out there.
That's why I I would go
farther,
like way out by those trees, like we like to fly out with some of these drones. But from where the video signal is so far behind, like I'm over in Death Valley right now.
It still thinks, according to her video signal, that she is still hovering over in that area. So
because of the extreme lag from the video signal, I just don't want to fly that way.
What does it say the battery level's on now?
40%.
Okay, that's not too bad.
It says 17. Okay, I just turned to face the building and now I'm flying to the building.
Again, she's still hovering there. So right now her FPV signal shows her just passing over the shed. Yeah, crazy. That's really bad.
I'm gonna go back to us.
You pretty much have to fly this line of sight. I've never seen a drone ever have an FPV signal that is that delayed. Have you?
No.
You know, it's like 2 seconds behind.
No, not when you pay this much money.
No, not even a $40. Not even a $40 toy grade drone, really.
No.
Flies well though, doesn't it? It really does, honestly.
Surprisingly, yeah. That's what I'm most surprised about is the flight. So my signal again, my camera just now has me going away from the building.
Crazy. Well, really the only other thing left to try is flying it in altitude hold mode without the GPS. Would you like to give that a shot? Throw that.
A?
A, yes. And then you know you can pan the camera up and down some too, but you're getting some drift. It's just altitude hold.
I don't like that. I don't want to do that.
Of course.
I don't want to do that with the
wind. That was the wind pushing you.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive though.
Yeah, it is.
Let me get a little closer to us and I'll put it back in that mode just for a second.
Just so you can see how fast the wind is pushing it.
Got it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it's pretty rock solid. It's coming down
if you come down some, we can actually see. There you go. Okay, right there. So go to A mode, altitude hold mode.
So it's not really drifting. The altitude is going up a little bit, surprisingly. Yeah. Okay, I'm switching down to A mode.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. And bye-bye.
And the wind is pushing her at this rate. That is without having the GPS. Now she slapped it back in GPS mode and it's rock solid. So it's a pretty basic drone. It does have a 3-axis gimbal. Advertised as 1080p, although it's not quite the best camera in the world. It's far from it, actually. But I was expecting much worse. I've seen a couple things on this, and I've heard a lot of people ask us to cover it. They heard it was junk. I'll be honest with you. If you caught this on sale for like maybe $300, it might be okay for that. Because let's compare it to like the Hubsan drones that we all know and love. They're about $200 to $250 without a 3-axis gimbal. You could get this, basically the same thing as that Hubsan drone, except the arms fold and it has a 3-axis gimbal. That's about where this falls. Yeah. Unfortunately, they're selling this with the transmitter for about, what is it going for, like $450? It's a little too high.
I thought it was going to be like that Sim 2 Dragonfly drone that we had on the channel like earlier in 2017.
That was horrible.
And we like couldn't even get it to fly. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
But I am surprised at this, but I still think, like you said, the price is just
price is about $100 to $150 too high. I really have to.
So I was just testing return home again.
Mm-hmm.
And there it came back to us, which is good.
Sun keeps changing, so you know,
guys,
I don't hate this like I thought I would. I
don't know what your all's weather's doing, but we've had the coldest winter in a long time this year. And we have a 65 to 70 degree weather day today.
It's insane.
Out of nowhere.
It's awesome. I love it. Now it's windy and it's going to be even windier tomorrow. Yeah. That's why we brought this out today.
I'm really surprised that this doesn't have more features like follow me mode.
Yeah.
And waypoints. It shows a map.
Yeah.
It shows a map on the screen. I'll actually take a picture of my screen. Oh no, I just hit. Okay, go in the mode I want you in.
GPS mode.
I took a picture of it. It has a map in the bottom left corner.
But you can't actually enlarge it or anything if you hit the map?
When I clicked the map, oh wait, there it goes.
It went larger, but that doesn't mean you have waypoints.
Oh wait, whoa, what is this? A second ago I tried to click this map and it just made the map disappear.
The app is iffy.
What is that?
It's iffy. A little sketchy.
Can I sketch what it does? Beyond the planning point. Beyond the planning point. What does that do?
There, try that one. Try to touch somewhere on the map for it to go. It's not letting it.
Beyond the prescribed scope, please replan.
It looks like they have an attempt of some type of waypoint system. That's what she's playing around with.
Also bring up a satellite image instead of like a road map.
I see, yeah. Take a screenshot of that for them if you can. Yeah. Also, if you guys...
Nope, I closed the app.
It's flying up quite a bit on its own.
The battery.
Oh, it's returning to home. Okay, you're gonna have to help it because it's gonna come down on the picnic table. So help guide it down, and I'll try my best to film it. It's doing some funny twists and turns.
Twist it away.
Yeah. Just help guide it down. Such a nice day to be out flying. Here we go. There she is. And it does still let you guide it down, which is why she's able to pull it out there towards the sidewalk instead of the picnic table. It would have auto landed. That's okay. That's close.
I thought it was gonna like hover.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
That's okay. There you have it, guys. That's the C-Fly Obtain. It is definitely the Mavic knockoff. This is the closest thing to a Mavic that we have seen.
I want to see the gimbal. Show them the gimbal better. Thanks.
Without the Mavic price tag. Okay, so they've done a couple things here. They kind of shot themselves in the foot by making it look and act like a Mavic because everyone's expectations are going to be on a Mavic level, and they just can't do that. If they'd have reshaped this into something else and called it, just kept the name Obtain, I say great. Or even make a folding drone with a different color scheme. Make it green and blue and red.
And take off the golden stripes.
Yeah, and then we don't have the Mavic in mind when we're thinking of this drone. And I think that's what a lot of people are doing. So, if you let it stand on its own 2 feet and you don't compare it to the Mavic, it's actually not a bad drone. Let's compare it to something similarly priced. Now, everyone with DJI on mind is going to think Spark, but this is bigger. It has a longer flight time than the Spark. This was right at 20 minutes. The Spark flies for 10 minutes. The Spark has a 2-axis gimbal. This has a 3-axis gimbal. This has a dedicated transmitter, and with coupon codes, you can probably get it right under $400. All right, now let's think of a close comparison, the Hubsan drones, okay, the nice Hubsan drones with brushless motors.
They're about $250.
Yes, $250 or so. For another $100, maybe 130 more bucks, you can have a 3-axis gimbal instead of no gimbal, and folding arms, okay? So it's almost okay. Would I buy this again? Probably not. Okay, that's because it's $450. If I saw it for $300 or less, I think I would get one because it's kind of like a good little mid-stepping point. There's not a lot of stuff that actually works.
But before you buy it again, we haven't seen the image quality. Standing here right now, we haven't seen how good the gimbal looks. So that could change.
No, I know, actually, I've seen it in action. The gimbal's good.
Really?
The camera quality, it looks like about 720p.
Okay.
It looks questionable.
Okay.
Not great.
Okay, but the gimbal is pretty good.
Gimbal is solid.
Wow, okay.
Very gusty, very windy day today. Keep that in mind as you watched all that footage. So, I don't know. I think if you have $450 and you want to buy a drone, save another couple $100. Probably buy the Spark.
With the transmitter.
With the transmitter.
Yeah.
The Spark, we've already seen it drop down to $400. Black Friday sales, we saw it close to $300.
Without a transmitter.
Without a transmitter. Guys, we'll have this linked in the description box below. If you still want to check it out for yourself, maybe add it to your favorites and hope that you see the price drop. Slap a coupon code on top of that, which we always have in our description boxes, and then you might walk away with this thing for a good deal. Under 300 bucks, not too bad. As is, a little pricey, probably pass worthy. Keep it in the back of your minds though.
I will say, if the app worked better and it wasn't so laggy, I would be way more impressed with this.
Yeah, me too.
I think that's the big downfall of this.
Me too. Hey, if you like our honesty, if you appreciate us saving you 400 bucks, swing by our Patreon page. We'll have that linked in the description box below. Toss a little our way just to say thanks for saving us.
You can even do $1.
$1 goes a long way.
Yeah.
We really appreciate that. And to our current patrons, we thank you so much. We also would like to thank everybody that's subscribed to our channel, and thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.